too, Mr. Wilson.
Hey, Miss Wilson, how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Good.
I am thrilled to be speaking with you regarding the team and the prospects and where we're going with it. It is after Montclair State. So Montclair State, we had that game at Montclair State, and even though they lost, there was some dignity that was going on there, and some degree of communication that helped the students, the team, work together.
Mhm.
So they did a better job gelling. How do you think they're going to do moving into the Gauntlet?
Well, a gauntlet is a national competition. So it'll be new for a lot of our students. We're fortunate we'll have our poster child, Jermaine Marshall, with us. So that'll help a lot. He has experience on a national level, so he basically knows how to handle it. We should be fine if the rookies, they did a sufficiently decent job at Montclair State. So if they can bring that little bit of experience into the Gauntlet, we should be fine. Nothing else, we'll have a lot of fun and we'll look good.
Well, you look good because the uniforms are phenomenal.
Thanks.
The uniforms are really out. If they play the way they look, then they're going to have an outstanding time. You have Gerard, which I know is new to the Pulse program,
Right.
and I've seen him in action. I've actually seen him literally move bodies off of the court and out of the way, so he's able to execute the shot. And that I know is going to be a big help to Jermaine. So what else in terms of assistance from the other teams are you looking for to clear way for Jermaine to shine the way he needs to shine?
Well, first I have to thank Coach Steve, if you're out there, Coach Steve, because Gerard, Eli, and Pa are from the New York Jaguar program. And we're fortunate that we had an opportunity to bring them in. They're new, they're rookies. And as most people know, we don't have tryouts because the kids are usually interviewed, the parents are interviewed, so we have a selective process. So we're fortunate in that respect. What Gerard is bringing, and based on what I've seen in the Montclair State tournament, as well as the zero gravity, is a high intensity defensively. He actually led the team in rebounding at the Barkley State University tournament. So we're expecting a lot from him. Again, it's new. All be new to him. So it'll be real interesting how he handles that. And if he's successful, then it's going to clear open lanes for Jermaine to really do some of the things he needs to do, or what I expect him to do.
Okay. Now the thing is, I know that you worked with Jermaine over the summer, and I know one of the things that I noticed about Montclair State and the tournament. I'm curious as to, you said he performed on a national circuit before, so what that experience was like for him. I hopefully have the opportunity to ask him, but just from your coach's perspective, the speed of the game is so much faster when you move from tournaments, local tournaments, to national tournaments such as the Adidas Gauntlet. So how is he going to compensate for that speed? Because I know he does a lot of that training on treadmills, which is very different from training when you are out training and doing running on the track or running on the streets of New York or Lawrenceville, where he's at.
Well, one of the major concerns has to do with he's at Lawrenceville Prep, and the academic workload is enormous. So my feeling is he ultimately compromises or has to compromise his time on the treadmill, in the weight room, doing things that may not allow him to get out on the road, to get on the track, to do the things that I demand in particular for him to do. And so that's one of the things we're going to be faced with when it comes down to it.
I know, because he said he works on his guns. He works on his guns. So his guns are.
So we know he'll be strong. We know he'll be physically strong, and he'll be able to handle the bumping and grinding. That's not the issue. I think the issue is going to come down: can he sustain this level of play over 4 games, over 2 tournaments, and ultimately, the goal is really to get him among that 1,200 who will be on these 4 campuses according to the NCAA new rules. You know, there's 4 regional campuses there that they're selecting kids to go on. So that's our ultimate goal. And that's what my focus is on, really getting them on one of the campuses. Hopefully it'll be in Arizona so we can get a nice trip there.
Arizona? I would love to go to Arizona. I love to go to California.
Uh-huh.
Either one works for me. That's
right.
Fine. The other thing. Attitude is a huge difference. When you are competing at the national level and there's speed and there's so much at stake, because you're really talking about going to the next level, because everyone wants to chip it. Everyone wants that opportunity to be on that list, to be able to go gold, or to be able to have a look at the college that they are interested in attending. And attitude, I know, plays a huge role in it. And sometimes I see attitudes in terms of other players or frustrations that come across or come out. How is your team prepared for those frustrations that may occur as they are competing at this next level?
It'll be tough. It will really be tough because, again, we're taking 3 or 4 rookies with us. And to play at that level is a little scary because I don't think they understand the intensity of the game. I don't think they understand what's at stake in terms of, we'll be playing against Division I players. So that's gonna bring out some frustration. And it'll be new to me as a coach, because I have to, besides be coach, I'm going to have to be mom, dad, mentor, counselor. And that's going to be new because most of our kids usually start with us in 6th grade and they ride all the way through with us till college. So when you bring in new people, not really knowing the personalities, not knowing the characteristics of the kids, adding that pressure to it, that's going to be probably the biggest challenge, in keeping them neutral and keeping them focused, because it's just a whole entire different level of basketball we're dealing with now.
And one. There you go.
It's an interesting point that you say focus, because I was looking at your play, Tristan Spencer, who, and I'm not quite sure how to read the demeanor that he exhibits when he's on the court. I'm not sure if it's the element of focus or the element of studying the game or the element of just trying to keep up pace with the way the game is going. How do you read that? How do you interpret that?
Tristan's going to be tested. This is going to be an enormously risky situation for Tristan because it can go one way or the other. We play Tristan in a situation where he has to always be processing, always thinking. So again, it's going to determine the type of shape he comes in. I put an enormous amount of pressure on Tristan in terms of expectation, but you can only ride a kid as far, you can only push them as far as they want to go. And so his focus is going to be the real question here. If he can maintain his focus, if he comes to us ready, then he should be successful. The flip side of that is, I love Tristan dearly, but there are 2 Tristans. Which Tristan are we going to get is really where the question comes in. If we get a really, really serious Tristan, we're in good shape. If we get the other Tristan, we could struggle through this. Normally, he'll be fine, but again, we're competing on a national level. That's a little bit different.
Okay, I know one of the inspirations for competing on a national level is to provide the look specifically for Jermaine, who's attending Lawrenceville Prep at this particular time, and I know his aspirations is to become a pediatrician,
Neurologist.
A pediatrician neurologist. Let me get it straight. I don't want to, so pediatrician neurologist. And I know he's looking for a school of that magnitude that gives him that medical experience that will allow him to lay that groundwork. But I also know his specific interest is Duke. That's something that he's really, really aspiring to because he wants to play for Duke. Is that an expectation that you think will come to fruition?
Well, everyone wants to play for Duke. Who would not want to play for Coach K? You know, I'll say this. We can almost guarantee he'll qualify academically. His academic discipline is, I've been with Pulse 19 years. I've never met a kid with his academic discipline. He comes from St. Anthony's with Bob Hurley. So it gives you an idea of his background.
He comes from Coach Wilson
And
and
he
Pulse.
comes from Coach
That's
Wilson.
the foundation,
Right,
so.
right.
Okay.
So it isn't like he doesn't have a concept of true coaches that he wants to learn from. His situation ultimately could be faced with, he's going to qualify academically for Duke.
Right.
It'll come down to questions is, will he be accepted as a walk-on? Or will he even accept being a walk-on when he has an opportunity to take a Division I athletic scholarship at another institution? So those are situations he's going to be faced with. And, you know, it's a question I don't know if I can answer. Yeah.
All right. So now, walking into the Adidas Gauntlet,
Okay.
which is going to be an exciting experience because I don't know if Pulse have competed at that level. I know that you did the, what's the tournament? Oh, God, it's just
Gym Rat.
on my Gym Rat.
Right.
Gym Rat tournament. That was another national tournament.
And the girls' nationals.
And the
A
girls'
nationals,
national
right.
tournament you've done as well. So you've done quite a few as a coach walking into that national arena.
Right.
So you do know what to expect in that.
Right.
How do you think your team is going to do holistically?
When you're young and you're bringing young student athletes into an arena like that, it's always dangerous. We competed in a junior nationals up in Massachusetts years ago, and I think two of the kids that are on this team competed, and it was really tight. As 8th graders, when we competed against a team called Team Takeover, I think they were one in the nation at that point.
Wow.
14-year-olds. And we took a pretty strong team, and we battled them actually up until the last few seconds. Unfortunately, the rookies had the ball with 3 seconds left, and we're down 1 or 2. So you can imagine the pressure and the emotion that they went through. So you have to always think about those things when you take a young, inexperienced, young student athlete and put him in a situation like this. It can be very dangerous, and it can actually destroy his career for the rest of his dream for the rest of his life. So that's the risk. On the other side of it, you don't want to negate an opportunity for a young man.
So then how do you as a coach prepare the players for such a stressful situation? Because it can be a really stressful situation. How do you as a coach manage to talk with their students, the individual personalities, and get them calm enough to be able to perform at the level that you know that they can perform at?
If the young man can focus on the execution of the game, and the execution of the plays, we're a spot team. So our young men are expected to get to spots, not be at a spot. They're expected to get there. And when they get there, the ball will meet them at where their position is. Now, as simple as that sounds, when the ball is in their hands, they have to be able to have an ability to process. I generally depend on if a kid can academically process in the classroom, then my theory is that he should be able to process on the court. My responsibility is to make sure he has the skills needed and necessary to execute within that spot. If he doesn't, then we generally are going to run into a problem. And that's the risk we take when you take a young man who misses practices for whatever reason,
Okay.
doesn't make the commitment to the hours in practice
Okay.
and individually. When they don't make that commitment, usually they run into the problems that you're talking about in terms of focus, concentration, panic, and disaster. So,
Well, we're not looking for any disasters, okay? So hopefully they'll
God
bring
willing,
all
I
of
hope
that,
not. I
they'll
hope
bring
not.
all of those positive aspects with them.
right,
And keep up with the speed of the game and be able to read as the play is unfolding.
right. And it is a fast game. And what we've just gone through with Montclair State University in zero gravity, they have no idea what they're about to face. No idea.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be really interesting. It's gonna be really interesting. But you know what? The biggest part is opportunity, and I know you've stressed that to them, that opportunity is the biggest part. And let's face it, these may be for some of them the highlight of their career in terms of basketball. To be able to participate in that national arena. I know some of your players that participated in Gym Rat, it was the highlight of their experience. And when they see the guys that they played up against, and those same players are now playing in the NBA, it really gives them something to, reflect upon and enjoy that moment. And I think that's a phenomenal thing. And it also brings to mind, because I know because I traveled with you when we went to Connecticut for several go-rounds, and you end up staying at the same hotel, and you start meeting the staff, and the staff is very welcoming. They're like, "Oh, Pulse is back!" and they get very excited, and you start to know them on a personal level. It's all of those things just attribute to the experience. So I think that's really, really phenomenal. And I think to be able to affect kids' lives at this, at this arena, I think it's really, really phenomenal. So what do you think they're going to take away from the Adidas Gauntlet?
You hope they take away the experience, the fact that they're able to go out and compete on a national level, win or lose, I think should be the most important thing for them. To be able to go into social sites, their media sites, send videos to their friends and the parents. I mean, our parents are phenomenal. I can pick up the phone at any minute, any second, and tell them what I want, what I need. Our sponsors, our contributors, they believe in us so much and so highly that it's a simple phone call. And
thank you, sponsors.
thank all
That's
you folks.
important.
Thank all you folks out there who provide us with everything that we need to do what we do. We love you. We appreciate it, and again, just thank you.
And particularly the water.
In particular, the water, So,
Okay. Well, that's good. You know what? And the thing about the National Gauntlet, the Adidas Gauntlet, the national circuit in general, is that many of the players don't often play like 2 games in a day. So to have that experience of playing 2 games in a day, for many of them is really overwhelming. And at times they think they have a lot of time in between, and sometimes they don't. And that's another adjustment that I think a lot of them have to make. What is your opinion about that?
Well, one of the advantages that I enjoy about this program is that we go for 3 days, 4 days, and we have to visit a prep school or a college. We have to tour it, and so that we are provided with all the necessary information needed for our kids to advance their future in college. That's the greatest thing. Now, between that, and those are what we call unofficial tours. Our kids are more favorable to unofficial tours than the official tours. Because the unofficial tour gives us as directors and coaches control, which gives our kids time to swim, to go to the movies, to go shopping, to recreate within the 3-4 days. Whereby the official visits, it's paid for by the NCAA and the colleges and stuff, but it's only a 48-hour window. And usually the kids are only there, they meet the staff, the team, coaches, rules and regulations. Every now and then there's a teammate that's trying to solicit the kid to sign to attend that school.
Right.
Within an hour, they may take them to the movies or party and all, which is all provided by the NCAA.
Right.
That 48-hour window doesn't give them enough time to really scout the college, really see the ins and outs of the college. So our kids like the unofficial tour visits a lot more, but the official visits, because it's provided by the college, the NCAA. I mean, you know, every kid wants an official visit. I mean, yeah, official visit. I think we'll be chauffeuring Jermaine if he's on this part of this 1,200 group of students. So, you know, so that's a beautiful experience. So,
Yeah. I know he did a visit at Dartmouth, and
yes.
I know he enjoyed that experience.
Yes.
He really thought highly of Dartmouth, so perhaps that'll be one of his selections
Yeah.
when he, you know, really starts to narrow down what school that he's really interested in.
And we, well.
And you what?
Well, I mean, you know, we haven't really been affiliated with Adidas since 2005, I think, or 2006. So this is fun. This is enjoyable. I feel like a model while on the road. I've been taking little selfies and sending them all to all our fans out there, you know, and getting all the response, all our teachers, the kids' teachers and counselors, and all of the 180 crew, and obviously the parents follow, and all of the kids' fans follow. So it's been
a fun ride.
It's been a fun ride, you know.
It's been a fun ride. So
I almost hate to see it, you know, when it comes to an end.
all right. Well, hopefully, you know, Adidas will won't be so long, from 2005 to now, and hopefully the next time you see the Adidas circle, it won't be. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me. So rarely have the chance to sit down with me and
cute.
talk about these things.
You're pretty cute. It's a pleasure sitting down with you, you know. Silly. You are so silly. Okay.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Wilson.
Sure.
And you have a great day.
Okay, take it easy.
Bye-bye.
All right.